Hello, my name is Michelle Brown, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the NSEI's Excellence Through People scheme. The Excellence Through People specification was developed in consultation with a number of stakeholders and has been endorsed by the CIPD and the IITD. It's a specification that's proven to work through combining all aspects of effective people management. As small business owners know, staff management is critical to the organisation's success, and it's paramount that each staff member pulls their weight, as there just isn't the organisational scale for staff to be carried by others. In addition, a further difficulty experienced by small businesses is that of staff turnover, which can be detrimental for productivity, as valuable time and effort is given to training new staff. Clearly, it is much better to retain experienced staff, particularly in a tightening labour market. So what is Excellence Through People? Well, it's essentially a best practice people management framework which certifies organisations as excelling in people management. It takes all aspects of people management and looks at the best practice approach and brings them together in a succinct framework. As you know, success of organisations is largely down to the talent that they have and how that talent is attracted, developed and retained. As you can all probably name, there are some organisations that are particularly good at staff management, and one would wonder, is there a people management formula? Unfortunately, no, there is no secret formula in effective people management. However, what NSEI has is the Excellence Through People framework, which is a proven framework for effective people management, and which is particularly effective for small businesses. Excellence Through People isn't about peace, love and harmony and everybody in an organisation being best friends, because that's just not how organisations operate. However, what Excellence Through People is about is ensuring that staff are optimising their productivity through being engaged, developed and motivated, and more importantly, optimising their productivity to do the right thing. Because ultimately, you don't build a business, you build the people, and then the people build your business. And engaged, motivated and developed staff will ensure the success of your business. So the framework has 5 sections for success. Section 1 looks at business planning and continuous improvement. Section 2 looks at communication and collaboration. Section 3 looks at leadership and people management. Section 4 looks at learning and development. And Section 5 looks at the HR systems and employee well-being. So in Section 1, we look at business planning and continuous improvement. That is, how the organisation plans where it's going and continually improves its approach to quality. A very important aspect in relation to this is the vision, mission and values of the organisation, and the staff understanding and commitment to the organisation's vision and values, as it's a key motivational tool. It's very important that people understand the wider context in which the task they're carrying out fits. Because motivation is the art of getting people to do what you want because they want to do it themselves and not because you're forcing them. And a way to do that is ensuring that people are committed to the purpose of the organisation. Another important aspect of being committed to the overall vision of the organisation is that it defeats the organisational silos that can develop if everybody is working towards one common goal. So each division are collaborating together rather than against each other. Section 2 of Excellence Through People looks at communication and collaboration and how the organisation communicates with and encourages people in an effective manner to ensure engagement and to encourage collaboration. Communication is key to effective people management, and it's very important that managers actively communicate with their staff and actively listen to what staff are saying. While sometimes information can be classified as confidential unnecessarily, this only allows the rumour mill to develop rather than ensuring that the correct information is provided by management. And the reason that communication and engagement is important is to ensure that you have actively engaged staff, because actively disengaged employees aren't just unhappy, but they're also spreading their unhappiness to other staff. Those who aren't engaged do the work expected of them, but not the extra effort that will ensure the success of the organization. Whereas engaged employees work with passion because they feel a strong connection to the organization's ethos and they work hard to innovate and improve the organization. Section 3 of Excellence Through People looks at leadership and people management and how the organisation leads and manages its people and their performance to predetermined objectives in a competent and effective manner. This slide shows the competencies that really are demonstrated by very good managers. And it's important that managers are systematic, fair and objective, as people managers are the key enabler of organisational success. It's important to have effective performance management systems in place so that people understand the objectives that are in place for them and how they will be measured against those objectives. Managers need to have consistent training so that all managers within an organisation operate in the same way. Section 4 of the Excellence Through People framework looks at learning and development, and it's looking to see that the organisation plans and evaluates the development of its people in support of the achievement of its business goals. It's important that learning and development is planned and evaluated so that money isn't wasted, particularly for small businesses. They just don't have the money to waste on ineffective training. Learning and development should be planned and evaluated to ensure it is strategically focused and effective, based around what the strategic priorities of the organisation are. The three keys to an effective L&D strategy is that it's planned, based around the strategic priorities, it's implemented, and then it's evaluated to understand what has been the behavioural impact of that training on staff. Finally, Section 5 looks at the HR systems in the organisation and employee well-being, and it's looking to see that the organisation has appropriate HR policies in place and provides for the health, safety and well-being of all its people in a fair and non-discriminatory manner. It's important to note that a HR department isn't required for excellence through people. What it's looking for is that there's consistent policies to support the organisation's strategic focus. Sometimes in organisations, policies and procedures can develop in an ad hoc fashion, which may not always be aligned with the strategy. And it's important to show that there's a commitment to staff diversity, well-being and health and safety. The great thing about the Excellence Through People framework is that you're probably doing most of these things already. And as any business owner knows, doing what we've discussed as part of this webinar is part and parcel of every manager's job, but the difference is doing them strategically and successfully is what leads to business success. Achieving Excellence Through People certification from the NSAI shows potential employees who are interested in working with you what kind of employer you are and that you are a premier employer. It also ensures that you are having consistent and effective people management throughout the organisation. If you are interested in seeking certification to Excellence Through People, the first step is to determine exactly where you are now. And so we have a self-assessment form on the NSAI website which you can download and complete. From that, you can develop your gap analysis of those areas that you need to focus on before going forward. What support is needed in doing that, and what support is available within the organisation to help you develop the systems to meet the specification. And finally, to determine what kind of time frame you're looking for in achieving certification. I hope you found this webinar useful. If you have any queries at all, please don't hesitate in contacting me on michelle.brown@nsai.ie, and best of luck with your Excellence Through People journey.